Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, a possible deal reached between New York and correction officers on strike. What's on the table?
And the upcoming spring career fair, how you could talk to future employers.
Plus, have you noticed an increase in lightning in winter? What's causing this rare occurrence?
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Suad Hamoud.
And I'm Piper Kiernan.
The Meteorology Department of SUNY Oswego is conducting illuminating research on a rare phenomenon that lights up our skies. Students involved in lake effect electrification, or LE, have been carrying out groundbreaking studies about lake effect lightning over the past 3 years.
The main discovery of the program is that the addition of wind turbines has altered the frequency and location of lightning during winter lake effect storms. Faculty member Scott Steiger says that much of the lightning has moved further inland and off of the lake as a result of an ever-increasing amount of wind turbines.
In the future, the team is looking to add instruments such as aircrafts to further their research of the relationship between precipitation types and lightning strikes.
After all that snow, it's been a bit calmer recently, but is that here to stay?
Let's take a first look at your forecast with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Bradley Jacobs. Tell us, Bradley, are we going to be seeing lightning anytime soon?
Thanks, guys. And we won't be seeing any lightning anytime soon. We do have sunshine and warm temperatures in the area for the early half of the week, with some rain showers expected to come around our midweek time, with cool temperatures expected to follow as soon as the front moves on out, bringing the rain and snow again. Are you serious? All right, I think I've just about had enough of this weather. I'm gonna send it to you guys. I'm gonna have all this and more, my full weather forecast, but now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Riley. The Office of Experiential Learning from the Career Services Department will be putting on a career fair for students who wish to meet with potential future employers. Last semester's career fair had around 800 students attend and over 100 different employers. The Dream Big Career Fair will be Wednesday, March 5th from 4 to 6:30 p.m. at Swedman Gym in Marano Campus Center.
This upcoming Wednesday, there will be an author talk with Natalie Woodall, where she will discuss her latest book, Noteworthy Women of Oswego County. This event will take place in Penfield Library in classroom 215 at 12:40 p.m. to 1:35 p.m. For more information, check SUNY Oswego's event calendar. For more on-campus activities, our reporter Dominic is here with all the details about SEFA Bake Sale today.
Thanks, Piper. SEFA, or State Employees Federated Appeal, is an organization that helps network and raise money for various charities. They sponsor fundraising opportunities like the SEFA Bake Sales that happened on campus today to raise money for the Oswego chapter of the United Way Group. There were two different sales going on in Park and Tyler Hall, where all the baked goods were only 50 cents a pop, and might I add, tasted amazing. SEFA Planning Council member Judy Wyman Colette was running the Tyler Hall sale and had this to say.
Paying it forward, some will feel good because they are giving 50 cents and then they have a smile on their face, they have a good treat, and it always pays forward. When you do something good, it tends to spread faster than complaining and bad feelings.
And now let's get back to the desk.
Thank you, Dominic. According to CNY, Central Correction Officers started walking off the job on February 17th due to staffing shortages, unsafe working conditions, and concerns relating to the HALT Act. With the strike not being authorized, New York's Taylor law makes it illegal for public workers to walk off on their job. On February 28th, Governor Kathy Hochul announced a tentative deal to end the strike after 4 days of mediation talks. The deal requires workers to be back in their working place by March 1st.
The sales today were not the only ones, so if you missed them, just keep an eye out on your Oswego Today emails to catch the next one. Now let's get back to the desk. Governor Hochul has ordered Hunter College to remove a job posting for a Palestine Studies teaching position. The posting called for a historian to take a critical lens to the issues in Palestine. Hochul ordered the school to remove the posting until a thorough investigation is done to ensure the class isn't promoting anti-Semitic theories. Still ahead tonight, a major shakeup in FBI leadership.
Plus, the latest on Pope Francis's condition.
More to come on WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like,
No.
what do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Need to
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Thank you guys and welcome back from the break. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Bradley Jacobs, and currently we have 29 degrees for our current conditions outside, with wind chill down to about 21 degrees or so. Winds coming out of the south at 8 miles an hour, and that cloud is going to give us a nice warmer blanket for the overnight temperatures. Taking a look at our current temperatures, starting over on the eastern half of New York and the capital region, we're going to have temperatures in the mid-20s, going up to the North Country, down into the high teens. Coming over to now our area, central New York, Fulton, Syracuse, Watertown, up in the high 20s to low 30s. Down the southern tier, the mid to high 20s, and out by western New York into the low 30s. Now, we are going to see the temperatures slowly, kind of like a roller coaster right here, increasing. You're going up that mark by Wednesday, and then you are in free fall the rest of the week. Hands up, woo, for cold temperatures returning, if that is up your alley. Now, taking a look at what weather is going to be coming on through for the rest of the week, we're going to have this cold front here, the low pressure system, working its way up, bringing warm weather and rain that I showed you guys in the Wednesday, Thursday half. But later in the Wednesday half into Thursday, it's going to bring on through, bring in chilly, cold weather behind it, and the potential for some more snow showers. And taking a look ahead at the next few days, as far as our precipitation chances, you can clearly see that Wednesday, 97%. We are under a flood watch for this very reason, Wednesday into Thursday. So not only will this be just the rain we're going to see, you got to factor in the melting snow and everything else that will be happening. And we can see that clearly here on our precipitation amount. Oswego seeing at least about an inch of rainfall through Thursday afternoon. And again, that is not factoring in any melted snow that could arise flood issues and risks if you're out driving. And if you are out driving, turn around and don't drown. Lastly, getting into our hockey game forecast, we have Whiteout Weekend 2.0 coming up, hosting the Plattsburgh Cardinals. If you're taking the chance to look on out there, you may want to be cautious, as we might have some cold temperatures and the chance of some ice formation after the rain turning to snow. Take a look at the extended forecast. You can see the temperatures clearly here, along with our precipitation chances increasing throughout the early half of the week and decreasing on into the weekend, with temperatures in the weekend and early part of next week in the low 30s and chance of snow showers. That's all for my full forecast. Back to you guys over at the desk.
Thank you, Bradley. The head of the FBI in New York has resigned. James Dennehy says he was forced to submit his resignation papers last Friday without a reason for the decision. Dennehy has been a part of the FBI for almost 23 years. The New York office of the FBI has been under scrutiny, most recently involving the withholding of information in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. A replacement has not been mentioned at this time.
The FAA is investigating false mid-air collision alerts received by planes landing at Reagan National Airport. Many in-flight crews reported these alerts Saturday morning, just miles from the deadly January 29th collision between a military helicopter and an American Eagle passenger flight. Although low altitudes and landing approaches can interfere with these systems, it's uncommon for many planes to receive such warnings in a short period of time.
On Saturday, Ukraine supporters held an emergency rally in Boston. This comes just days after a massive meeting between President Trump and President Zelensky at the White House. Ted Wayman has more.
The whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. More than 300 people gathered on Boston Common. Thank you, USA! Many holding Ukrainian and U.S. flags, all focusing on what happened in the Oval Office Friday.
Right now, you're playing cards. You're playing cards.
We need peace, but we need fair peace for Ukraine, and we need to have some security guarantees for our country. Russia out of Ukraine!
Daria is a Ukrainian American. She helped organize Saturday's rally on the Common, all reacting to what they saw inside the White House.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem.
We're only hearing bad things about Ukraine. We're only hearing about Ukrainian war, not about the Russian aggression.
I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
I've been there 5 times. I've been from one end of the country to the other.
Richard Camo is from Bedford and travels to Ukraine on humanitarian missions.
They're fighting hard. They want what we have, independence and freedom.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
I was proud that he stays strong, that he was able to talk about truth in front of all world. So I'm very proud, President Zelensky.
American support against the war in Ukraine has continued since the war began 3 years ago. Citizens like Daria and Richard plan to continue their support until the war ends. Pope Francis is experiencing another medical setback. Hospitalized since mid-February, the Pope experienced respiratory failure earlier today. The respiratory failure was caused by his bronchial tubes filling up with mucus. To help with the condition, an oxygen mask was needed to help with breathing. Pope Francis was diagnosed with pneumonia just a few weeks ago and has now been hospitalized 4 times since he became Pope in 2013. Israel will block humanitarian aid from entering Gaza in an effort to reach a new deal for ceasefire. The initial phase of ceasefire that was agreed upon in January ended yesterday, and no word has been said by the Trump administration or Israel President Benjamin Netanyahu on phase 2 of the talks. Many aid agencies have denounced the decision. And a major outage at Baltimore-Washington Airport. All that and more coming up on WTOP-10.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
Welcome back. Here is your health and consumer report.
Rodney McMullen, the CEO of Kroger, has abruptly resigned following an investigation into McMullen's personal conduct. Kroger found McMullen's behavior to be inconsistent with the company's ethics. Kroger also reports that his investigation isn't related to financial performance, operations, or reporting, and it did not involve any Kroger associates. Working his way up from a part-time stock clerk to holding the CEO position for 10 years, McMullen has been with the company for nearly 5 decades. Kroger has revealed no further information, but says that a longtime board member will act as interim CEO.
Just before 8 this morning, travel and operations hit a standstill at Baltimore Washington International Airport due to a power outage. The main airport terminal and parking garage were affected, causing security screenings to pause and the diversion of inbound flights to other airports. Full power was restored just before 11:30, but not after delaying about 149 flights. Baltimore Gas and Electric Company says that the outage was caused by a downed customer wire in the surrounding area. It's World Hearing Day, a time to bring awareness to the fact that noise-induced hearing damage is often irreversible. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains how playing video games can cause hearing damage.
It's a popular pastime that continues to grow. On average, gamers ages 18 to 35 spend about 17 hours every week playing video games in the U.S., according to a 2024 Video Gamer Safe Listening poll.
Over half of them are playing at levels that are too loud, and our hearing is something that we take for granted until we lose it.
Audiologist Lindsay Creed says gamers now often use earbuds, headphones, or headsets, which can put loud noises close to the ear, and over time, that can cause significant damage.
There's often not much we can do to get it back at that point.
But Creed says noise-induced hearing loss is preventable. First, turn down the volume. Keeping it to about 50% or less can reduce risk of damage. Next, take listening breaks every hour. Even a few minutes can help your ears recover. Finally, use headphones that offer protection, like ones that are noise canceling.
This will help reduce the noise in the user's environment and really allow them to resist the urge to crank up the volume of the game to compensate for what's going on around them.
Creed says children and young adults are most vulnerable to this type of hearing loss and may not be able to put into words that a sound is too loud. So she says it's important that parents stay aware and promote hearing care.
They can still play their games and have fun, just in a safer way.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The World Health Organization called on manufacturers in the video gaming industry to set safe listening standards in an effort to protect the hearing of users. But sticking to those standards is voluntary.
Serena Williams is trading in the racket for the basket. The tennis legend has become a team owner of the WNBA's Toronto Tempo. The Toronto Tempo is an expansion franchise set to debut in 2026, being one of the planned 13 teams coming this season. Williams' role will include jersey design and merchandise collaborations. League Commissioner Kathy Engelbert says she would like to have 16 teams before the end of the decade.
From the court to the rink, our Lucas Marquez has more on championship hockey.
Lucas?
Thanks. The Oswego Lakers women's ice hockey team qualified for the SUNYAC finals after beating the Canton Kangaroos by a score of 2-1.
The Oswego women's ice hockey will face Pittsburgh here for the final of SUNYAC.
And the semifinals happened in the same happy place for the Lakers, with the game starting off frenetic, with the Lakers on top the whole time. In the first period, the Kangaroos had 9 shots against 27 from the Lakers. But the score only changed at the beginning of second period, with Jenna Majewski opening the score for the Lakers. And it didn't take long for the second goal. Rachel Corbett scored the second of the night. Corbett also had some important supporters tonight, excited to see her scoring.
Yeah, she's the second highest scorer for the team, so I'd like to see her score again tonight.
In the third period, the game became more safe for the Lakers. However, the Kangaroos had to go on attack with everything they had. And it worked, but too late to change the history of the game, scoring the last goal with 2 minutes to go. This made the Lakers reach the incredible mark of 12 games without a loss this season, and now they're ready to face Plattsburgh in the SUNYAC Finals.
I think that the expectation is win the SUNYAC championship. We've come so far, we've worked so hard, and it's finally our turn. So trying to win the championship, and we are.
Everyone wanted this whiteout, but the players are heated to play no matter who would be in the final.
Whether it was Cortland or Platte, we were going to have the same game plan going into next weekend, and that's to play our game, get shots on net, play fast, play with pace, and we're going to do that next weekend.
The double whiteout game will happen this weekend at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena at 3 p.m. The Lakers can make history this season, winning the first SUNYAC for the women's program on SUNYAC's second edition of all time. I'm Lucas Marquez reporting for WTOP-10. Stay tuned for more sports after the break.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Welcome back, everyone, to WTOP-10 News. I'm Jason Sampson with your sports report. The SUNYAC semifinals in hockey for both the men and women ran through Oswego last weekend. For the Lakers women, they were able to keep the Canton Kangaroos from hopping all over the ice in the first period by dominating the time of possession. In the second, it was sophomore Jenna Majewski cashing in for Oswego off a rebound shot from Lauren Schell. And later in the period, it was Schell again with the assist to Rachel Corbett. Lakers win 2-1 and advance to their first ever SUNYAC championship, taking place in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena next Saturday. Puck drop is at 3 p.m. And looking at the other side, the Oswego men squared off against the Buffalo State Bengals, and after a back-and-forth first period, it was Sutton Murray striking first, giving Buffalo State a 1-0 lead. But just 21 seconds later, it was Brandon Cohen putting the puck top shelf for the Lakers. And 2 minutes later, Cohen again finding the bottom of the net, putting Oswego ahead. In the third, it was Lakers' Drake Semrad, Daniel Calabufo, and Ryan Burke scoring and putting the game away as Oswego wins it 5-2. Lakers will host the Plattsburgh Cardinals this Saturday in a whiteout rematch doubleheader. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. March is here and the start of March Madness kicking off in football world today in free agency. Fresh off their Super Bowl victory, the Philadelphia Eagles released cornerback Darius Slay. Big Play Slay, as he's nicknamed, has spent the last 6 seasons with the Birds, went to 3 Pro Bowls, and in February had 2 solo tackles in the Eagles' Super Bowl victory over Kansas City. The move saves Philadelphia $4.3 million in cap space. And going from off-season drama to the Cincinnati Bengals avoiding drama, they placed the franchise tag on wide receiver T. Higgins. The $26.2 million tag is notable as it's the second consecutive year that the Bengals will place a tag on Higgins. Higgins and the Bengals can still negotiate a long-term extension until July 15th. And on Sunday, the New York Knicks traveled down to Miami to take on the Heat and were down 17 points at halftime, but the Knicks would rally all the way back to make it a one-point game in the fourth quarter, and that's where we will see Tyler Hero and we'll see Jalen Brunson with the nice drive and the finish. Take a look at it again. Brunson with the drive and the acrobatic finish. Wanted the and one to be called, but didn't get it called. But tied the game up at 105 apiece. Into overtime we go. Bam Adebayo guarded by OG Anunoby, saying to himself, hey, I'm the original gangster here. Step back, spin move, gives the Heat a 2-point lead. And speaking of unstoppable, Jalen Brunson on the drive here, just taking the three-point shot like a hard-boiled egg, just can't be beat. Gives the Knicks the lead back. Then, under 30 seconds to go, the Heat, they're going to foul, right? No, I'm serious. The Heat are going to foul, right? OG Anunoby just saying to himself, hey, fine, I'll finish this myself with the dagger. And that would do it. The Knicks will win it in an overtime thriller, 116 to 112.
Thank you, Jason. Stick around to find out what today's national holiday. If you're in the mood for a sandwich...
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
That's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for Stick to Sports.
Thank you for watching.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.